What's up, everybody? It's your girl Evie with EVTV, and we about to kick it today because I got some questions. Okay, quite a few. It's a lot going on in the world. Prayers to everybody. I hope everyone is keeping their spirits up. Okay, and y'all, I got me a new little sound system going on over here. So y'all, let me know how it sounds. Jump in the chat. If you catch it on the replay, come on and jump in the comments and let me know how it sounds. Y'all, it's so much stuff going on. It's hard to keep up. And I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on everything. All right, we got Jarvis Butts. Y'all know Jarvis. He's the one in jail out there in Detroit for Naziyah being missing, the 13-year-old girl that's allegedly pregnant. And they have just said that she's unalived at this point. They charging him, and that Jarvis is Naziyah's auntie's baby daddy. All right. If y'all need to catch up on that, y'all can go ahead and click the playlist on my page. Naziyah's disappearance is what it's called. That's number one. So apparently his brother has spoken up on Jarvis's behalf. Now they say it's his brother. I don't know if it's his brother or not. I don't know. Hell, it sounds like Jarvis to me. Could be his brother, but it could just be somebody else. I don't know. Now the things that he's saying is stuff like he got a whole story. He gonna break it down to you, give you lots of details, so we'll see. I'm gonna let y'all hear it and y'all let me know what y'all think of the situation at now. Like I say in the freaking title here, he places the blame on Shannon, which I've been telling y'all the whole time. I've been giving Shorty the side eye, and I've been giving Shannon the side eye because if you watch the video, it's my number one video on my page. From weeks ago. I'm like, what she say? Wait a minute. Huh? Because her whole testimony in the preliminary hearing that they did a couple weeks ago, it's kind of like it's very interesting. So I suggest that you go ahead and check it out. When you find that time, go ahead and listen to it, and you tell me what you think. So a lot of people have been wondering, what is really going on, what was really going on with this family, what's the real situation. And it's really hard. We don't have much. Now this blew up after the preliminary hearing. These headphones is Lord, they falling out my ear. I'm gonna have to find a way. Y'all, this gonna look crazy. But listen, we gonna make it do what it do. So the preliminary hearing, you had Shannon Harris, who was Jarvis Butts' baby mama, Naziyah's auntie. Then you had Annette Harris, who was Shannon's mama, who was Naziyah's guardian and grandmother. And then you had Jarvis Butts' sister testify. Yeah, the sister testified. She was very emotional. And then you had King, who was Jarvis' partner, his business partner. He worked at the shop with him. He worked at the shop with him. And so he testified. And then you had many other detectives testifying. They testified about the phone records, the whereabouts, a lot that placed this in Jarvis with Naziyah. Primarily, all their testimonies placed him with Naziyah. Like King said, yeah, me and Jarvis picked her up. We saw her. So boom, now we know you with Naziyah. And then Shannon pretty much said Naziyah went off to school and didn't come back home. She didn't see her no more. And she mentioned that Naziyah had asked her about Balfour and Outer Drive, which is a known place that Shannon would pick up Jarvis. And then you had Jarvis' sister who testified and said, yeah, I was at the car shop. I was getting some work done on my car, and I saw a little girl with a colorful jacket getting in and out of the car with my brother. Okay, so pretty much everybody testified that Jarvis was with Naziyah. He was with her last. Now, On top of that, like I told y'all, detectives have went through and they pulled out text messages between Naziyah and Jarvis, which shows everybody in the world that they had a relationship, an inappropriate relationship for a 42-year-old man and a 13-year-old little girl. So Jarvis was going to jail regardless because he had caught a gun charge. All right. I'm telling y'all everything because it's important for what we're going to get into. Right. So he was already going to jail. He was going to do a year. He like, whoop-de-doo. I'm going to be getting out. I think it was going to be like December. He would have got out if he not got charged in September. We're talking 2024. If he would not have got charged, he would have been getting out then in December. So Naziyah went missing on January 9th. Okay. And allegedly, no one has seen her since then. Now, y'all know I have my own theories going on, and I like my theories. I ain't seen nobody that. In fact, my theories are finding their way and circulating across the internet because nobody was coming like I came about Shannon the whole time. If you look, I've been questioning Shannon. They've been doing a Jarvis smear campaign, and I ain't mad because they're like, oh, he did it because she was pregnant. But 2 weeks ago, baby, if you check on my playlist, I don't have nothing but Shannon and her mama's testimony because to me, those are the ones that stuck out the most. Shannon and her mom. So now I'm not saying that Jarvis is right or what's up. I'm not agreeing with Jarvis, and I never have, but from the testimony, I felt like we need to put the light on somebody else. Okay? Because something is not sitting right with me. And I feel like even with the detective, something was not sitting right with them. I feel like something wasn't sitting right with the judge when it comes to Shannon and her mom. So that's that. I've been feeling like that. So what I'm going to show you guys here in a second is Jarvis' brother allegedly speaking up, and he got things to say. So y'all check this out. Share this bad boy. Y'all gonna be like, what? Or what? And I will say this too, like it's either this his brother or it's somebody that been on my page. Y'all, listen, this either his brother or somebody that then put it together. Because the thing is, I've been telling y'all to check out these videos for a reason. You gotta pay attention to the testimony. Oh, can y'all hear it? Oh wait.
And jumped on Naziyah, beating her, hitting her in the head with some object right there in that house that they overlooking, and killed Naziyah because she was already probably having complications. Remember, from whatever they've been giving her to try to get rid of the baby. Remember, she was sick earlier that day and on the floor. Instead of them calling the nurse, they called the counselor. School failed them. So once Shannon beats on it, she passes out, she dies right there. So they panic. So they get her, the twin sister, help Shannon get her into the mama car, and they go and meet Jarvis. Meet Jarvis out there by where the other girlfriend lives. And Jarvis was going to all these different houses at his different girlfriend house, establishing his alibi. Because he knew what had happened between her and Shannon. That he had nothing to do with it, but knew that he was also the last person seen with her and probably would be questioned too about her being unalive. So once Shannon and the sister go out there to meet them out there, they get rid of the body, right? So once they get rid of the body, he tell them, bring some extra clothes or whatever. So they get rid of the body and they throw those extra clothes out. It's working. And I don't understand how that's working, because we know what she had on the day of school. We know what she left, got off the bus with clothes she had on, but they threw out some different clothes with limited amount of blood and stuff on it. Why? Because they only took their jacket off for her, the jacket off for her, and probably some other shoes and stuff that was already in the house. But she's still buried in what we saw her in, which is that colorful jacket, them jeans, and some other shoes, wherever she is. And I don't think she's buried nowhere uh, where she can't be found because they somewhere else and make people go search in the opposite direction. So she is deceased, but she was killed by Shannon in a rage because of her jealousy or whatever she had going on with Jarvis. And at the end of the day, the mom and the sister knows what Shannon did, and they're not protecting Jarvis; they're protecting Shannon. And Shannon hoping that Jarvis don't snitch on him, but he's not going to tell until after they try and convict him of the murder, and he see the difference between the time. Remember, his lawyer said they're not going to contest and fight the fact that he had inappropriate relations with her. Okay, go ahead and bound it over. But what we are fighting is murder. Why? Because there's no body. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Now, you do know that Shannon and all of them have already made deals with the DA. Why? Because without Shannon, the mom, King, the fiance, without all those people, they would not have a case for murder against this young lady. So they pieced up parts of their statements and testimonies to present what it was they wanted to present to the court. That he was last seen with it, and he's the one that killed him. But believe me, there's other text messages, all kind of messages in their phones that they took. But if they convict them and show that they are also guilty, then who would be on the stand and testify or could testify against Jarvis? Because they all could get up there and just plead the fifth because they all are being charged. So therefore, they're letting them off and letting them go. They made a deal. They agreed to testify against Jarvis and say what it is that they want them to say. With in turn keeps them from being prosecuted and charged with anything. But trust me, they know exactly what happened. They know exactly what happened to her. But they want to get Jarvis and get Jarvis off the street because they feel like he's the problem. He's the ringleader. Really the baby. He gave that to her, you know what I'm saying, and trying to do whatever he could do. She was feeling sick or whatever. All right, so he gets in the car, drops her off to go back home. All right, when she gets out to go home, she go in the house. Shannon didn't get into it with her. They didn't call and see if she was at Jarvis' house because Shannon already knew she was at Jarvis' house because she called to get directions earlier that day while she's at school. So once she get back, they get the fussing at her for going up to Jarvis' shop and calling fast and this and that. Then it all came out, you know, confirming that she was pregnant, was Jarvis' baby, and Shannon lost it. Shannon lost it real bad, and jumped on Naziyah, beating her, hitting her in the head with some object right there in that house that they overlooking, and and killed Naziyah because she was already probably having complications. Remember, from whatever they've been giving her to try to get rid of the baby. Remember, she was sick earlier that day and on the floor. Instead of them calling the nurse, they called the counselor. School failed them. So once Shannon beats on it, she passes out, she dies right there. So they panic. So they get her, the twin sister, help Shannon get her into the.
Now, listen, I don't know if that's Jarvis' brother or not. Okay. He sound like him. I ain't gonna tell y'all no story. He do sound like he could be related to Jarvis. For sure. Now, if he knows this truth, and if this is true or not, I don't know. But what I will tell you is that I believe that Shannon attacked this girl in rage, and I've been believing that for a moment because in my opinion, Shannon got more motive than Jarvis. She got more motive than Jarvis. Jarvis and I'm not excusing Jarvis and Naziyah what they had going on. I'm not excusing that. I don't condone it. I believe that that should not have happened. However, I believe Jarvis was her safe space. Okay, and when I say safe space, I feel like, and y'all heard her in the text messages when she was messaging him, she referenced her home as hellhole. Okay, so that lets you know right there she did not enjoy that place. On top of that, her going to the guidance counselor, she didn't have nobody else to turn to at that point. Okay, y'all know I didn't say, in my opinion, before she ran away, because I believe when Shannon say 1,000 times that Naziyah told her friend she running away, she's very confident when she say that. Her voice projects. That's the best she speaks when she's referring to Naziyah. Any other time, her voice goes down low. Okay, but I don't know, like, if that's just Shannon's personality or what the case is. But when Shannon said, Naziyah, I don't know, she told her friend she ran away and she was happy, I believe her. I believe her. And if y'all go on my TikTok, people thought I was crazy because I said, yeah, Naziyah is not unalived. She ran away. Because think about it, and I feel like everybody might have missed the searches because obviously, even in the court, they was trying to like downplay. They moved past a lot of things that they heard what they wanted to hear pretty much. So if it can help them convict him, they was doing it. But he had things search bar like how to disappear without a trace, how to fake a suicide glide. Okay. So it's like, and he also had things in there was like, the antifreeze. Everybody talking about the antifreeze. I don't even know if that was the case. What does antifreeze taste like? Who about to drink some antifreeze? What? You couldn't find nothing else to do? Because I'm pretty sure when he was searching these at-home procedures, the free one came up. You could order the pills online for free. I'm pretty sure he saw that. I don't even think that whole antifreeze, oh, it take 48 hours. She did not drink no antifreeze. What the heck was she gonna drink antifreeze for? That sounds crazy. And that's the part I'm not even condoning. I don't even want to go into the whole antifreeze thing. I don't ever drink no antifreeze. Some people can't even drink stuff. If it tastes bad, you're gonna spit it out. If now if somebody be like a baby and like force it down, then yeah, you might have to drink it. But Jarvis was not on that type of time with Naziyah. I'm sorry. He was not. He wasn't. Again, that was the safest space. Sadly, in his presence was the even though it was a fake, manipulating, inappropriate thing, that was her safe space. Because when she went home to Shannon and them, they was calling her mean things, talking about her hair happy, saying she was is her crying, but them calling her, names and stuff. The grandmother sitting there. It wasn't really that good of an environment for her at home. She did not have a mommy, did not have a daddy. She could not call because her auntie was there. And grandma is there with auntie. They you see, Shannon said she called her mom for everything. She called her mom for everything. Her mother was condoning it. Annette was condoning Shannon's whatever. So Naziyah didn't have a school teacher or anybody that she could trust except for Jarvis. Sorry, that's just what it is. So I don't believe that Jarvis was going to give her no freaking antifreeze to drink. He probably thought about it. And furthermore, those searches was in December. Panic, okay? You ain't never searched nothing and just be searching it. Like he's searching it. He was desperate for whatever reason. He just looked it up. Now this the theory. Now y'all think, How much antifreeze you think a person gonna drink? She like, what antifreeze? She not a cuckoo. Like, no. She now y'all know she done talked about Plan Bs or whatever. He probably didn't gave her a B pill before, and they refer to as a Plan B because she was asking for Plan B when she was already pregnant, which a Plan B wouldn't work at that time. Okay, I ain't gonna drag that on. I don't think Jarvis cared to get rid of their baby. I think Jarvis was rescuing Naziyah. That's just what I think. Okay. And I believe that when she messaged him, he knew that he had to get her because Shannon had already caught him cussing him out. Because this other part, I think, is that Shannon had been beating her and abusing her and fighting her for multiple days before Naziyah decided to run away with Jarvis. I think that when Jarvis picked her up and he was so comfortable taking her from here to Ypsilanti, all around all these people, because he was saving her. In his mind, he's rescuing this girl. This is his niece. He's preparing for this gonna be the regular. You're gonna be with me. We're gonna do this darn thing. Why would he take her around them and introducing her to all these people? And then later on that night, I'm about to give you some antifreeze. I'm about to chop you out. You about to be gone. That's the dumbest thing. It just doesn't make sense. Not no sense. And I don't see that. And I never did see that. However, I do see Shannon. We seen her. She told y'all, or I'm gonna snap on somebody, or I'm gonna snap. She ain't playing. She is not playing. She snaps. She don't. That lady don't play. All right. Also seen a video. I probably uploaded. Shannon's daughter had did a TikTok, and like when your mama say, I brought you, take you out. I don't care. I don't care. She told Janiyah the same thing because y'all know Janiyah was messing with him too. I disprove it, but I'm just bringing this to say Shannon's character, she don't have a lot of tolerance and she will snap real fast, real fast. And on the stand, when she was asked by the defense or prosecution, when she was asked about doing something to harm Naziyah, she said, I don't know what a person would do when they lose it. She was referring to Jarvis, but she was talking about herself. She knows she will snap. That lady snap. And y'all talking about the girlfriend car tow up Jarvis had an accident. Shannon snapped on all them that I don't even was the night of the ninth because I believe Jarvis and Naziyah checked in the hotel. Shannon knew. Shannon got rid of her phone that she had at that time because she was blowing him up. They was chasing him down. Her locations would have showed. Okay. That's why they didn't go to no police. But that next morning, what Shannon do? What she do? She woke up. Everybody knows she went down and put in for child support. She was angry. She was angry. She was peed off because Naziyah told her that night before, like, F you. He didn't like you. He always want me anyway. And Shannon went, boom. She went outside her head and was like, boom. Naziyah tried to fight her back. Boom. Shannon snapped. Boom. The grandmother was like, you better get off of my daughter. They was beefing. The kids, no. The kids gonna tell it. Okay. I don't know if they gonna tell it now or it's gonna take them a little time. But Annette help Shannon beat up Naziyah because she like, you don't hit her back. And Naziyah was like, F you. Naziyah wasn't going out like no sucker. All right. She was not going out like no sucker. She got tired of it. Jarvis then told her he's sick of Shannon. Y'all heard him talking about her in the text messages. Jarvis then told her he's sick of her. She like, go give her some D. They together didn't like Shannon. Jarvis didn't like Shannon. Still don't. She got a lot of kids by him, but he didn't like her. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. He used her, but he did not like her. They weren't cool. All right. They wasn't chilling. When he came, it was to see his kids and Naziyah. That's just what it is. As sick as it is what it is. He did not like Shannon. But so when Shannon saw how he was feeling Naziyah, and you see when they confronted them with Mark, Shannon was like, I mean, her sister was like, I ain't jealous of no 13. I'm not the one jealous of no 13-year-old. Okay, now we all know how when you throwing shade. Who you that's not me. I'm not jealous of no 13-year-old. That's exactly how she said it, y'all. She was like, I'm not jealous of no 13-year-old. That's my niece. That is the shade that every black girl knows. I'm not jealous of no 13-year-old, but you right here, I'm not jealous of no 13-year-old. That's my niece. That's the tea, y'all. That's the tea. She letting us know who was jealous of the 13-year-old, and it was Shannon. And she snapped on her because Jarvis showed more attention to Naziyah, and they took Naziyah's tablet because they found out that Jarvis kept getting her phones. He was getting her phones. King told y'all on the stand. I think I posted that. He told y'all on the stand Naziyah was sitting in the car. It's a 13-year-old in the car for hours on the phone. Kids be on phones. She wasn't sitting in that car. What was she listening to? The radio? Writing in a notebook? Kids don't do that. She was on the phone. She had a phone. Jarvis was looking out for Naziyah for his own benefit, of course. But she had a phone. So they wanted to torture her. They wanted to punish her because they knew that she was getting love inappropriately. I have to keep on saying that because I'm not promoting it. I just see it like that. But they knew that she was getting love and resources from somewhere else, and it was Jarvis. Okay. And Shannon put him to child support because, okay, you doing all this stuff for Naziyah. I need money for these kids. You don't even help me, but you getting her phones. And Janiyah knew too that Naziyah was getting extra things from him. Okay. He was giving them money. He was giving her money. It's true. Like, that's just what it is. So when this brother is saying he placing the blame on Shannon, whether it's the brother or not, I'm not sure. I feel like it could be his brother. I feel like it could be. I ain't gonna hold you because he sounds like Jarvis. They got that same little sound. Or maybe that's just a Detroit sound. But I feel like that could be Jarvis's brother. If he got a brother, that could be his brother or his cousin or somebody that know him well enough. So yeah, it could be his brother. So when he's saying that Shannon knocked her upside her head, I could see that. Cause Naziyah, she's so cute, but she was not, she was sick of Shannon. We seen it in the text messages. Now you just seeing text messages. And then we see like the stuff that she was posting online and whatever. She was in love. I don't care what nobody like people trying to. It was inappropriate, but she was in love with him. He was telling her something to make her feel like she was his girlfriend. She was the main girl. She loved him and they was going to be together. That's what she believed. So if Shannon is pressing her about this, she might have been humble for a little bit, but when she got fed up, she got fed up. And she probably called Shannon out her name. Yeah, she did. She was like, you know what? You, da, 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 da. He don't even like you. Me and asked Janiyah. Janiyah no. La da da da. Naziyah was popping it. And she said something to Shannon that hit home, that really hurt her feelings, right? Cause she know that's why he don't even want to touch you. You messing with that grown man, so what? La, 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 la. Naziyah was popping it, and Shannon couldn't take it no more. So she, bam. She let me think what she might have hit her with. I was gonna say a skillet, but I don't know if it was a skillet. She went upside her head with something though, something that was just like bam. Maybe it was like a statue in the house. She went upside her head. Whatever she could grab, she was like boom. And Naziyah probably like, boom, but she fell. And Annette probably jumped in. I don't know, restrained her or some sort, but they was beefing. So Naziyah went to sleep. And she was like, I hate this house. She was miserable. But the next morning, she got up, went to school. All right. And that's when she started having stomach pains and everything because she had been beefing at home. They didn't feed her. They got the lock on the refrigerator. We all seen that. And she like, you know what? I need help because my home life is terrible. I have nobody I can count on. So I'm going to the counselor. She went to the counselor and they never came to help the poor girl. But it's okay because Jarvis to the rescue. And that's just what I think. And I feel like, he's saying his thing. Naziyah went home maybe that night. Maybe that night. I don't even see that though, because they had the hotel room. I think Shannon went to them. I feel like Shannon went to them. And I feel like Naziyah, if she lost her life, it was not that day. It was the next day. It was some time because Shannon went to child support. She was still peed off. She went to child support and she calling him and she popping in and she talking and he like, shut up. And he was disrespecting her even more. You should be ashamed. And she like dogging him like, you messing with a little 13-year-old. And he's like, you beating on a little 13-year-old. So they just went back and forth. And then he probably said, you messed with her too. Like, he got dirt on Shannon. Whatever Jarvis was saying, plus Naziyah, they tag teamed her. Bop, bop, bop. They was gang, okay? Gang, especially when it came to Shannon. They talked about, and I don't know this to be true, but I think they was talking about how she cook, how she do this, how she do that. They hated her. They hated Shannon together. Okay? So the brother is speaking up. He placing the blame on Shannon. If anything, I don't know. They're gonna have to prove that Jarvis did it. So if they got something else in the court that we didn't see, cool. But other than that, I'm still like, I'm giving Shannon the side eye because I don't think this man had a reason. They saying because she was pregnant. That's not a reason. She could have put that baby on anybody. Like they could have kept that a secret like they did anything else. They ain't have to say he the daddy if that's the case. They could have just said some boy down the street. Like they could have put it on anybody. That wasn't a reason to do that. Okay. But Shannon, yeah, I'm gonna get you, girl. So moving on. I don't know what the heck is going on in Detroit, baby. I don't know what's going on in Detroit. But y'all know I done posted about Ashley Elkins because she been missing since the beginning of January of this year. Wait, this year? I'm losing track. Yeah, this year. And she's a mom. She has two boys. She did hair in her house. Her ex-boyfriend pulled up. Guess what, y'all? He scheduled him an appointment on her little thing. They had broke up. So he scheduled him an appointment a couple days before New Year's. So she go and she see it's him. And she told her people's like, no, it's him. Fast forward a couple of days, she sent a message to her family like, I'm about to run to the beauty supply store. And that was it. That was all she wrote. But her location on her phone last tracked her to her ex-boyfriend's house. They found the car near there. They went into his home. And according to the detectives, they found evidence that proved she was unalived. They never stated exactly what they found, but they did. They spent 5 days searching for her in a landfill. Yeah. And each day that they were there, especially towards the end, they were saying that they were getting closer and closer. I don't know why they were saying they were getting closer. And then after 5 days, probably because of budget or whatever else goes on, they stopped looking for her. Sadly. The family has went on to just accept things for how it is. They've asked for privacy in this case. They did a candlelight visual. I think it was like last week or something. Once they stopped searching for her, they did all that. And at this point, they're just looking for justice. And so Ashley Elkins, justice for her. Let me go ahead and put this one up here. Because she didn't deserve this. And I don't know what evidence they got. to say that she's no longer with us, but it must be strong enough. So anyway, he went to court today, and I'm gonna let y'all hear it here.
Court 15 hours, the next seat coming off of the apartment, and the victim is no longer seen. We conduct a search warrant on the residence and ultimately find what we believe to be a large crime scene with a substantial amount of blood in the bathroom. DNA confirms that the blood did in fact belong to the victim. Since January 2nd, the victim has not been seen or heard from, has not had contact with friends or family, no banking activity. This leads us to believe that the victim is in fact deceased, and the defendant is responsible for her death and disappearance.
All right, based on your testimony and authorized the warrant, Mr. Lang, are you ready to proceed to immediate arraignment, or would you like an opportunity to speak with your client regarding the new information?
Your Honor, we can go right to the arraignment. I just received the amended information on this matter. I've read it. We would stand mute to all charges at this time.
Judge, I'm sorry, Carmen DeFranco on behalf of the people. We don't have the defendant on the screen yet, so.
We're gonna get there, but I just want to know if you were moving straight or if you needed to talk to his client, because we just got this version. All right, Macomb County Jail, may I please have DeAndre Booker?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see how he comes in here, y'all. Look at him. He think he getting bailed today.
All right, now appearances for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carmen DeFranco appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robbie Lang appearing on behalf of DeAndre Booker.
And sir, please state your name for the record.
You don't even like him.
DeAndre Booker.
All right, Mr. Lang, again, with regards to the arraignment on the new information you've been provided.
Your Honor, I have been provided the new information. We would waive the formal reading and stand mute.
All right. Mr. Booker, have you had an ample opportunity to talk to your attorney?
Speak.
Not today, but yesterday. Yes.
Has he gone over your rights with you?
Yes.
Do you understand all of those rights?
Yes.
Do you have any questions regarding those rights?
No.
Do you know what the charges are in the new information at this time?
I don't.
All right.
You might as well read them,
Read
Your
the
Honor.
charges, just so that he knows what he's charged with, or I can do it whatever you prefer.
You could read them out loud.
That's right. Sir, you are charged with count 1, homicide, murder, first degree, premeditated. The allegation is that you did deliberately attempt to kill and with premeditation kill and murder 1 Ashley Lachey Elkins, contrary to MCL 750.316. That is a felony with a possible penalty of life without parole. Count 2, tampering with evidence. Criminal case punishable by up to more than 10 years. Did knowingly and intentionally remove, alter, conceal, destroy, or otherwise tamper with evidence to be offered in a criminal case where the crime was punishable by a maximum term of imprisonment of more than 10 years or imprisonment for life of any term of years. That is a felony punishable by up to 10 years and or $20,000. Count 3, dead bodies, disinterment and mutilation. Did mutilate, deface, remove, or carry away a portion of a dead body. That is a felony punished by up to 10 years or $5,000. And count 4, concealing the death of an individual. That you allegedly did discover the body of Ashley Lachey Elkins, a person he or she had reason to know was dead, and failed to inform a law enforcement agency, a funeral home, or a 911 operator of the discovery while having a purpose to conceal the fact or cause of death of that person. That is a felony punished by up to 5 years and or $5,000.
Did she say mutilate the face? I didn't catch that part earlier. Mutilate the freaking face? So what, they found her nose at the house or something, y'all? Oh my God, this nigga ninja. I don't even know if I can say that on here. What the heck? What's wrong with him? Whew.
Do you understand the charges against you today?
Yes.
At this time, I'm going to enter the not guilty plea for purposes of arraignment, and we'll move to bond. We'll start with you, counsel. Mr. Lang.
Your Honor, I realize the seriousness of this offense. However, according to MCR 6.106B, he does not fit the category where bond can be denied, even though it is a murder charge, because he has no prior violent felonies, and he, at the time, is not on bond or parole, probation for any violent felony. Therefore, under 6106C, the court must order the pretrial release of defendant on personal recognizance or on unsecured appearance bond, unless the court thinks he would be a danger to the public and or a flight risk. And Your Honor, I would reiterate what I iterated before, that Mr. Booker would not be a flight risk. He has lived in either Detroit, Ann Arbor, or Macomb County his entire life. He has ties to the community here in terms of past jobs, family, etc. And if we look at the worry about him being gone, he could be placed on a steel cuff tether, so his whereabouts would be known at all times. He would, I believe that the police may have already confiscated, if he had a passport in his residence, they would already have control of that. He does not have a driver's license, so that would be surrendered to ensure that he would not flee. With regard to reasons for a personal recognizance bond, the court in Subrule F looks at about 8 known factors. With regard to these, there's only one that stands out, and that is the seriousness of the offense charge. As to all the other factors, Mr. Booker does not have any prior criminal record whatsoever. He does not have a record of non-appearance at court dates. He doesn't have a history of substance abuse or a mental condition. He has had steady employment most of his life, other than for the past 6 months when he was laid off from his job, and he's been working some part-time jobs therein. And again, his ties, family ties to this community. So I expect the court is going to enter some type of monetary bond, but I would ask that that be low. I mean, he does not have any assets of his own, and that he put some conditions on his release, like I mentioned, a GPS tether, no contact with the victim's family, etc.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, I believe the counsel is misreading 6.106. I believe this defendant can be remanded with no bond, at least for a period of about 90 days. And I would ask for that. If this court is inclined to grant some sort of monetary bond, I would ask for something in the neighborhood of $5 million cash, no 10%.
Is there anything further from anyone?
No, Your Honor.
This was me, struggling to keep up with posting consistently on YouTube and getting less views than normal, until I found Spotter Studio.
Having reviewed and being familiar with the statute, I would agree that the defendant does qualify for a remand under the statute. As provided as such, I am going to remand him with no bond into the care and custody of the Macomb County Jail at this time. We need to talk PCC dates. At this time, there is another case with Judge Bodecker already. There is a PCC scheduled for February 5th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. I was not at that matter. I do not know if the original court date, the defendant waived his 21-day rules yet on that matter,
Judge,
and what kind of time.
if I may, Judge, yes, it was an adjourned PCC. The 21-day rule has been waived on that already. I would ask for this PCC to be set. This is obviously going to Judge Bodecker as well.
Yes, this matter will also go to Judge Bodecker. So we can keep the February 5th date of next Wednesday. We can also change that date if we are willing to waive timeline requirements today.
Your Honor, myself and Mr. DeFranco had spoke before we got on the record about, dates based upon our schedules and these dates coming up on the previous case of the 5th and the 26th. I would have waived the time frame, but now, we've kind of agreed that since we have this PCC scheduled for the 5th on the other case, we just as soon have this scheduled for that. And then we'll go from there in terms of where we're going to go for another PCC based upon the anticipation of the massive amount of discovery I'm assuming I'm going to receive.
And Judge, I agree with Mr. Lang on that. I will begin to coordinate with my office's discovery unit to make sure Mr. Lang gets at least starts to get the discovery as soon as possible. And I agree. I think leaving this the 5th, then we, Mr. Lang, myself, and Judge Bodecker can all look at everyone's schedules together on that date and figure out where to go forward.
Okay, then I'm going to put this matter also on to February 5th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. on Zoom for a PCC and exam date of February 12th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in person. That will be the control date. You guys can discuss that with Judge Bodecker at the next court hearing. Sir, I am going to officially refer your matter to the public defender for appointment of counsel so that Mr. Lang can be appointed to coordinate both matters.
Yes, Your Honor, just to speak to that, I was specifically appointed on the other case knowing that this matter might come up, and therefore, yes, you have to run it through our office, and I'm going to be on this case also.
So we will make sure that is done as well. And you guys will all be in front of Judge Bodecker next Wednesday, February 5th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. I have set the matter remotely on Zoom.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Pleasure seeing you again.
Thank you.
That I did not mention earlier that man had them mutilated her freaking face. Oh, he is out his mind. What the heck did he do to her face? They got evidence to that. They got this fool. What the heck did he do? What did he like? What? What type of evidence they got? And the attorney said the massive discovery. They got proof on this dude. I can't believe he thought he was about to get out. They got proof on you, bro. All right, y'all. Now I'm about to tell y'all this judge here, that judge over there.
His pregnant girlfriend was shot to death in their bed.
Then a judge let him go free while he waits for his trial. His family now frustrated and fearful since no one seems to know where he is. They spoke.
Over in Chicago.
He's been charged with a gun offense after his pregnant girlfriend was shot to death in their bed.
Then a judge let him go free while he waits for his trial. Victim's family now frustrated and fearful since no one seems to know where he is. They spoke off camera to our Andrew Ramos, who's always investigating.
It's been nearly 2 weeks since 35-year-old Edith Castrillon was shot to death in what police have classified as a domestic incident. Her family grieving the loss, and their questions on the investigation are mounting as the man charged in connection to the case is nowhere to be found. It was on January 16th when Castrillon, who was pregnant, was shot while in bed with the father of her children, Robert Pascoe. According to court documents, Pascoe claims that while he was asleep, she reached for his gun that was under his pillow. Castrillon then suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the chest. Prosecutors say it happened when 3 of their children were in the room. It's a narrative that her family does not believe. Prosecutors wanted Pascoe locked up and not released before his trial, according to this petition they filed. They wrote he had multiple prior convictions for weapons offenses and said he poses a real threat to the community, citing the 9mm ghost gun under his pillow, a firearm he, a convicted felon, shouldn't have had in the first place. You can see what the judge did in this court document. He denied the prosecutor's petition to keep Pascoe in custody. Then take a look at this. See those unchecked boxes? That means the judge released Pascoe without any electronic monitoring, no GPS, no way to track him. Relatives tell us they were under the impression that the 42-year-old was being electronically monitored, but were blindsided after they learned he was released with no such order. Their frustration now directed at the judge who made that decision, which has led to sleepless nights at their home. This was Pascal walking into the courthouse last Thursday. He was potentially facing life back in state prison again. It was after this court hearing he went home, packed a bag, and took off. Both the judge and lawyer said today in a court hearing about the children the two shared. The situation leaves this family in limbo. They want justice and answers. The family says what's adding to their frustration is the misinformation they're receiving from detectives on the case. They showed us an email from Chicago police saying that Pascal was being tracked by electronic monitoring, something we investigated and found not to be true. We're going to stay on top of this story, and when we get an update, we will bring it to you. Reporting from the Northwest Side, Andrew Ramos, CBS News, Chicago.
Y'all heard that?
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has.
But over in Chicago, that man is charged with unaliving. Okay, it's going slow. Over in Chicago, he is charged. That dude I just showed y'all is charged with unaliving his baby mama. The same thing. Same type of violence. But the Chicago judge let him out with no ankle monitor, no nothing. Now that man done gone. He done fled. He is outie. He's gone. And that's in Crook County. I don't mean to laugh at that, but I don't know. They crooked over there in Crook County. You didn't let this man go. He talking about something. She did it to herself in the bed. She shot herself. They lock him up. So they obviously thought or had some sort of proof or evidence to charge him with her unaliving. But then they let him out. No freaking ankle monitor. And the man is gone. He done took off. Her family is shaking in their boots as they should be. The family is worried, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. It's just a thumbs up. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. But anyway. The family is worried as they should be. This lady is gone. They got kids together. She pregnant. All this stuff. And this man is gone. Nowhere to be found. I don't have much information on that case, but I did find that kind of like, that's kind of crazy. People, well, they do that in Atlanta too. They let you want to bond it for that. But dang, they would at least put an ankle monitor on him. This man didn't get no ankle monitor. And then the police told the family that he was going to be on an ankle monitor so he could be monitored. What they call him out over there, they call it a tether or ankle monitor, whatever in Chicago. Y'all, I know I ain't had that in my subject line, but I just thought it was interesting how Detroit, this man, they done added some charges. He was surprised. He didn't even know. Y'all heard him, Ashley Elkins' ex. I don't even feel like I want to call him her ex. But he couldn't get out. But over in Chicago, he said, boom, you could get out. You don't need no ankle monitor. We trust you. But they lied. Because he gone. That dude then took off. We don't know where he at. Nobody knows, y'all. So it's crazy. Stay safe. Stay safe out here, ladies, please. Because if you don't notice, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. These niggas is losing their mind. But on the flip side, I don't know if y'all know about Queen Naziyah. She got the song Medicine and They Hate Our Love. She's beautiful. We love Queen, okay? She blew up on YouTube with her boo, Chris. They was married, had a baby, all that good stuff. Well, they broke up and she got with Clarence. They had a baby. And everybody was saying, like, Clarence is using you. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. All right. And the crazy thing is, Clarence and Chris look alike. I'm like, girl, Queen, dang, what the heck? But anyhow, Chris is fighting for Queen's love. Chris then aired out freaking he done aired out Clarence. Clarence then got caught cheating, y'all. And Chris was like, yeah, I'm telling it all. All right. Chris then got on TikTok. He is keeping the people entertained over there. He done told about Clarence and this side chick. Kristen dropped the song, y'all. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all Chris TikTok because it's so funny. But and the song is good. Oh, did he delete it? Come on, Chris. I think he trolling now. He said he Clarence is the new boo. Come on. Oh my gosh. Let's go. I thought I logged in already. This the song when y'all get a chance. Go ahead. Oh God. Okay, I don't want to get a copyright. Oh man. I don't want to get that copyright. I'm trying to see how I can do it. But y'all gotta know about Chris. Chris Sales. Why it ain't showing? Give me a second, y'all. I can't even tell y'all, but I'm gonna just tell y'all this. Go ahead and check out Chris. it's Chris Sales. The song is called Red Couch, and it's a banger. All right. He is loving on Queen, y'all. He trying to get her back. It's a whole hot mess. If you just want to see some entertainment, your boy Chris is holding it down. Okay, Clarence, get out the way. You done cheated. He done sent some girl $6,000 of Queen's money to get an AB and take her on trips. And this girl done posted all the proof on TikTok. It's a mess. So Queen Naziyah and Chris. That's what y'all need to. I need y'all to look up Chris' song. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's called Red Couch. Give him some streams because my boy said y'all get his song #1. He gonna give us some more tea, and y'all know we want the tea. So go ahead and check out Chris' song. It's called Red Couch, and he made the song for his ex, Queen Naziyah. Queen got a lot of good songs. Okay, Queen Naziyah and Chris Sales. She is a beautiful girl. They hear in the states. Okay, so this is a U.S. couple. Oh, y'all like how I did that there. They are a U.S. couple, but turn my boy Chris up. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I done gave this man a follow. He is fighting for his girl. I can't play the song, unfortunately, and I can't even pull up what I wanted to show y'all, but this man is trolling. He not scared of Clarence. He want to fight him in a match, whatever the case may have you. But check him out. So it's just a refresher from seeing all these other men that is hurting these women and unaliving them and all this craziness that they're doing. Is quite refreshing to see Chris. Even though it's after they done broke up and Queen had a whole nother relationship, it's refreshing to see Chris love Queen, acknowledge his wrongs, try to get her back. I don't know if she gonna go for it or not. I sent her a message. I commented on Queen post because instead of responding to all this, she didn't posted a song, y'all. It's called Running. She hasn't dropped it yet, but it's called Running, and she posted on Instagram. She said it is a survivor song, and she says she's talking about dealing with the verbal, emotional, and mental abuse or whatever. She did not acknowledge Clarence, but it sounds like our girl Queen is tired. Sound like she's tired, and it sounds like she believes the girl, because then Clarence get on here talking about something he about to propose to Queen. Chris is like, go ahead, because she really want me. He has been so messy, y'all. He is fighting for her love, okay? So when y'all get some time, if y'all want some entertainment, check out Chris, check out his song, and just let me know what y'all think of it. I love the song, okay? I think it's a dope song. He got a good voice, got a good producer, it's dope. And actually, I tagged Queen Naja on it. I was like, girl, you better hop on this. You better check this. Or you better what? Because they used to make music together. So his song title, Red Couch, is hilarious because when they first started, these are YouTubers, y'all, that blew up. And when they first started, they was together and they were on a red couch. So he done named the song Red Couch, y'all. And he talk about, pretty much dissing Clarence, asking for her love back. Once you hear the song, you gonna listen to it a couple times. I ain't gonna hold you. It's a banger. It's a banger. Yes. And y'all know, Lucci is out. Free Lucci. Lucci free, baby. Y'all know Lucci is Rayshawn Bennett, probably, especially if you watch that YSL trial. He was the opposition of those boys, so he's free. And he gave us a snippet. I can't post it here because I got copyright for it already, y'all. He already got the copyrights on that joint. But I tried. But yeah, go show Lucci some love. Go show Chris and Queen some love. And if y'all get in Queen comments, let her know Evie sent you, and let her know, listen to Chris. Listen, just hear him out, girl. But thank y'all so much for tuning into my live stream. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share this with somebody. It's your girl Evie with Evie TV. And if y'all got some questions, be sure to drop it in the chat. Drop it in the comments, rather, and I'll get back to y'all. Toodaloo.